Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year, the time of the year where we get the best event in Pokemon Go, arguably, Global Go Fest. Pokemon Go Fest Global. That means wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to participate. You'll be able to participate for free, but there is a ticketed option in the shop, and we're gonna go over exactly what that entails. That'll be going on this Saturday and Sunday, June 28th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Let's get into it. So first of all, for any ticketed holders, we have the 2 kilometer and 5 kilometer eggs going on all week alongside the Ancients Recovered event with the same shiny rate that you would have in GoFest. It's a pretty good deal. So if you don't have your ticket now, I mean, it's worth it if you want to try out those eggs. It's a large pool and it's mostly consistent of the Pokemon that are going to be appearing in the wild for Pokemon Go Fest Global. So first of all, I want to mention that the Go Pass Ancients Recovered Deluxe, a lot of people are talking about, oh, it's $20 for a bottle cap, $20. It's not, you're not just getting the bottle cap for $20 if you're in the US, obviously equivalent to your local currency. You also get lots of bonuses. It's kind of like getting one of those add-ons if you go to one of the in-person events, like the Egg Enthusiast or the Raid Lover. So if you get the Deluxe Go Pass, it is half hatch distance, 1 extra daily raid pass. You get 2 times hatch candy, an additional candy XL for raids, 2 times hatch Stardust, plus 3 candy for raids, 2 times hatch XP, and 5,000 additional raid XP, and all this expires on Sunday, June 29th at 11:59 p.m., about 6 hours after the event ends. Plus there's a bunch of premier items and then the bottle cap. So $20 to me is totally worth it, especially since those add-ons for Jersey Go Fest were $15 each. So I recommend it. That's just my personal recommendation. Obviously, everyone's circumstances are different, but just know it isn't just $20 for a bottle cap. There's a whole lot of other stuff going on. So of course, there's going to be differences between the ticketed event and the free event. If you're a free-to-play player, you go for it. I envy you. I am definitely not in that camp, but I highly respect anyone that does that. And we're gonna go over some of the things that you do get if you are ticketed and you don't get. So for the first thing, you will be getting access to the mythical Pokemon Volcanion. If you did one of the in-person events and you already encountered Volcanion, you'll only be getting candy for Global. But that is definitely one of the things. If you're not ticketed, everyone's going to be able to experience the shiny debut of Carbink and Frigibax. They debuted in the in-person events, but this is the first time they'll be released globally. So that's an exciting thing. Also, the Crowned Zacian and Zamazenta raids are going to be premiering, and that is something no one's been able to raid for these Pokemon. We've only been able to get one through kind of research, so if you've done the in-person events. The spawns are also going to be the same whether you're ticketed or not, and there's 4 different habitats, and there will also be habitat themed collection challenges, so please pay attention to that because it's so easy to miss and so easy to forget, and sometimes you'll get like an extra encounter with something special. So we're gonna go over the spawns for each habitat, and the habitats are rotating. So that means every hour it will change. There's 4 different habitats. It's an 8-hour event, so each habitat gets featured twice. So the first habitat is Moonless Volcano, going from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And in this habitat, you'll get Houndour, Numel, Duskull, Gothita, Gullet, Fletchling, Red Flower Flabebe, Skrelp, Fuecoco, and Carbink. In the second habitat, Galvanic Dojo, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. You get Machop, Electabuzz, Teddiursa, Scraggy, Chespin, Yellow Flower Flabebe, Pancham, Dedenne, Crabrawler, and Mindfu. Hypnotic Tundra, going from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time, Alolan Sandshrew, Swinub, Spheal, Piplup, Snover, Munna, LGM, Blue Flower Flabebe, Bergmite, and Frigibax. For Fey Swamp, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., you'll get Clefairy, Tentacool, Mawile, Gulpin, Venipede, Poplio, Marini, Morlull, Togetic, and Orange Flower Flabebe. For day-long Pokemon encounters on Saturday, you can also experience in these habitats Chansey, Skarmory, Larvitar, Shieldon, Shelmet, Vullaby, Oranguru, and Goomy. On Sunday, you'll get these Pokemon the entire day: Galarian Farfetch'd, Cubone, Ralts, Carablast, Pawniard, Dino, Passimian, and Jangmo-O. So, if you are not ticketed, you get access to all of those spawns. However, if you are ticketed, you get the increased shiny rate for all of those spawns. And it's a pretty good shiny rate. So, yeah. Also, if you're a ticket holder, you'll get access to specific incense encounters, including, so for the Habitat Moonless Volcano, you'll get Torkoal. For the Habitat Galvanic Dojo, you'll get Skidoo. For the Habitat Hypnotic Tundra, you'll get Pachirisu. And then for the Habitat Face Swamp, you'll get Klefki. And also on all the incense for the ticket holders, on Saturday, you'll get access to a bunch of unknowns, which will spell out shield, and then on Sunday you'll get unknown spelling out sword. And this kind of coincides with the raids that we'll be getting. So on Saturday we'll be getting Crown Shield Zamazenta, and then on Sunday we'll be getting Crown Shield Zacian in 5-star raids. So each day is featuring just one of those. So if you're raiding a bunch of Zamazenta and you decide, oh, you know what, I'm actually gonna stop now because I'll just get the rest tomorrow. No. It's Zamazenta's only on Saturday. Zacian is only on Sunday. And again, it's the crowned form of those Pokemon. Also in raids, 1-star raids, we'll be getting Dapper Pikachu, which don't mistake this Pikachu for the one during in-person Go Fests. If you went to any of the in-person Go Fests, it looks very similar, but they are different. The Pikachu during the in-person Go Fest had a monocle, and this one has like steampunk glasses on its cap, so it is different. It's a different Pikachu, and it's only available in 1-star raids. Also available in 1-star raids is Frigibax. Appearing in 3-star raids is the Train Conductor Phalanx. It is the same Phalanx from the in-person Go Fests, and then I already told you what's in the 5-star raids. And then we'll have Field Research, the collection challenges, as I mentioned, event stickers. There's going to be avatar items. Some of them are included with your event ticket if you're ticketed, and then others you have to buy more of. But I mean, there's pretty cool stuff. I mean, I honestly think that they got the Dapper Pikachu costume in there, and it looks pretty nice. Honestly, I would consider maybe getting that. Maybe. For good measure, here's a list of all the bonuses that every trainer will get, whether you're ticketed or not. Surprise encounters and Ghost Snapshot, 1-hour lure module duration, and party play duration increased from 3 hours to 8 hours. Ticketed bonuses include increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon, special research leading to an encounter with Volcanion, special research with branching paths, sword or shield. Different Pokemon will be attracted to incense, hourly global challenges with exciting rewards Saturday and Sunday, habitat themed collection challenges, and 3 surprise encounters and Ghost Snapshot per day. Also going from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. both days, Buddy will gain more hearts for all friendship activities, up to 9 free raid passes per day by spinning photo discs at gyms, and if you have the Ancients Recovered Deluxe, you get an extra raid pass for 10. You open up to 40 gifts per day, up to 6 special trades per day, and half Stardust cost for trades. Okay, so that is the event. That's kind of the overview of the entire event of GoFest Global. Lots of exciting stuff. If you're still on the fence about whether to buy the ticket or not, hopefully this kind of swayed you a little bit and gave you an understanding of what you'll be experiencing. So now we're gonna go into the tips that I suggest when going into an event like this. For anyone who has not done a global GoFest event, it is very intense, it is overwhelming, but a blast. And, you know, ripe for lots of fun and exciting memories. But it is best to prepare as much as you can beforehand, because there's lots of stuff that will be coming at you in the game that you won't remember to actually take care of yourself. So first, we're going to talk about some human tips. The first tip that I want to give you is to have a focus, have a goal, have a set list of things that you really want to get out of the event, whether it's a specific shiny or a hundo of something, whatever it is. Just know that like once the event starts, a lot happens at one time. There's collection challenges, there's raids, there's eggs, there's research, there's field research, special research, there's spawns, there's so much stuff. So it is really highly recommended that you pick, okay, I want to focus on Frigibax or whatever. First of all, locate the hour that Frigibax is in and then assess from there. It's just best to do that because I know a lot of people get overwhelmed, they forget things, but once you have your goal, then like everything will kind of fall into place. But just don't feel overwhelmed. You have 8 hours on 2 days to do all of these things. So if it feels overwhelming for a few minutes, there's no reason. I mean, you have so much time to complete everything. So I will also say not to let yourself experience FOMO. Yes, you can even experience that while you are doing the event. Know that everything in the game comes back. And sometimes it comes back a lot easier to get than when they first introduce it. Or if it's something that's still kind of new. Honestly, like Frigibax is gonna have a community day at some point. Carbink is still gonna be in eggs. Things like that. Like there's just lots of things that you'll feel like, oh my gosh, I'm panicking to get that. But you don't need to do that. I will also say that you should, before this event starts, set a limit for yourself as far as how much you want to spend and how much time you want to invest and how much energy, blah, blah, blah. Make a note of that before going into the event so that when you go into the event, you don't have any impulse buys. I know that lots of people have regrets for that. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna buy this box. Like I'm in the middle of like, I wanna do these. Set a limit for yourself so that you don't feel FOMO and you don't give into the FOMO during the event. That's another tip that I would give. I will also say that playing in the city that you live in is very easy to just wanna go out and play by yourself. That is such an easy thing to do. When you're in a in-person Go Fest at like Jersey City or Paris or Osaka, like it's actually easier to do the other thing where you're playing with other people. So I highly recommend using Campfire, finding a group, doing a meetup. You get to do raids together, you get to enjoy the event together. Their successes are your successes. Honestly, like it's the best way to really experience this event by being with the community and enjoying just being together and hunting for specific shinies. And just, I really highly recommend using Campfire to find out what your local community is doing. That's a huge tip of mine. Okay, so we're also gonna go over supplies for human tips, things that you will need on your day. And again, it's best to prepare this beforehand so that you're not like grabbing things like as the event's starting. Think of these things. First, as light of a bag as possible, because again, it's 8 hours straight that you will have this bag on your back filled with the items that you put in it. So if you can somehow avoid certain items, then I would do that so that you're not uncomfortable. The key here is to be as comfortable as possible, and that starts with the clothes that you wear. In a lot of places in the world right now, it's very hot. It's gonna be a very hot weekend. It could even be rainy. Prepare for both things. Wear light clothing if it's hot. Wear heavier clothing if it's cold where you are on the other side of the world. Bring an umbrella or bring a poncho. Have something ready for your phone if it gets wet. Just at Jersey Go Fest, I had a friend who had some troubles with their phone getting wet, and that's a very scary thing if your phone stops working. I would feel like I'm in a third world country if my phone suddenly stopped working, which is crazy. But yes, be prepared for any type of weather, and I also would recommend wearing comfortable shoes. Don't break out brand new pair of shoes for this. Don't do anything other than sneakers. Make sure that these are comfortable, tried and true shoes that you've worn again and again and will withstand the 2 days of walking. I will also say bring an extra battery because 8 hours of gameplay, likely most phones can't survive that. So bring a charged external battery for your phone. I will also say water. Drink lots of water, electrolytes. Like, just make sure you're hydrated. Very easy to get dehydrated, especially in this heat in a lot of places of the world. There's those electrolyte packets, Gatorade. Just make sure you are always checking in that you have water. I recommend every hour chugging a glass of water. Dead serious. That is honestly, if you could do at the top or at the bottom of every hour, whatever it is, make sure you drink water. Also have snacks on you because you want to keep your energy up. Protein bars, energy bars, like a trail mix or something, just like snacky things. And then you could have like a full meal like before or after. I know that I forget to eat all the time during these events. Once the event starts at 9 or 10 a.m., I'm just going until 6 p.m. and yeah, it's just very easy. So just have little snacky things in your backpack until you're actually able to get a full meal at the end, just to keep your energy up throughout the entire event. Also, sunscreen. Very important to have sunscreen. Like, no matter what side of the world you're in, make sure that you are protected from the sun because it will get you. Now we're gonna go over the in-game tips, things that you can do within the game to kind of optimize your experience and make it a little bit easier for you. First, I will say battery maximization, things that you can do to like minimize kind of how much battery you're spending, because Pokemon Go as an app really takes up a lot of battery. One thing I'll recommend is if you have any kind of low power mode on your phone, something like that. I know for iPhones there is a low power mode. I highly recommend using that. That's just me. It kind of silences like apps in the background. Also turn off all apps in the background, things that you're not using, because that takes up battery as well. I recommend turning off enhanced graphics and native refresh rate in the actual game, because especially native refresh rate takes up more battery. It's a very battery heavy game. It's pretty intense. You kind of really do need that external battery, but these are some things that you can do to actually make it a little bit better. I also recommend before the event each day, refresh game data, which you can find in advanced settings in the game, and download all assets. So it makes it so your phone isn't constantly downloading little things as the game is being played. We're also going to talk about storage. So Pokemon storage, I recommend. I know it's a big pain, it's a hassle, but it beats having to pay the 200 coins to just like get 50 more spaces from the shop, which you can do, that's an option for you, but I really recommend going through all of your Pokemon. I know it's a slog. I know it's just like such a hassle. I struggle with it. Going through and making sure that you have roughly, yeah, I have written down here 500 to 1,000 spaces available, because one of the worst things that you can do is have such few spaces available that you have to keep stopping to IV check and delete. That is not a fun thing. There's also a tag that you can create to search for things that you could potentially want to delete in the search bar. You can put like the 0 asterisk for 0 stars, comma, exclamation mark, background, whatever it is. You can create a tag, some kind of long tag, so that you can just kind of paste that and you know exactly, you have just the list of Pokemon there that you can just go and delete real quick. But otherwise, I do recommend going through all your Pokemon ahead of time and creating as much space as you can. I say 500 to 1,000 spaces, that's ideal, but like whatever you can do, like I get it. I can't even reach 500 spaces. I can't even follow my own advice, but it is what I do advise. I also recommend, as far as Pokeballs are concerned, keeping 1,000 Ultra Balls, 500 to 700 Great Balls, and the rest being Pokeballs. Keep all of your golden raspberries. When you're catching shiny Pokemon, don't do the Nanab thing that people do, or the Pineapple. Work smarter, not harder. Use a golden raspberry, use an Ultra Ball, and move on, because a lot's going to be happening that you want to be able to do it very quickly and efficiently, and that's the best way. Prioritize what Mega Pokemon you want to use for extra candy. I know that Mega Rayquaza, Primal Groudon, and Primal Kyogre have the most type coverage. Each of them covers about 3 types, so I recommend maybe one of those. But if there's another specific one that you, like a Pokemon that you're really going for that you want candy for, make sure to Mega a Pokemon. I always forget this. Mega a Pokemon. Also, I recommend using your premier items before the event starts. So lucky eggs, star pieces, go ahead and stack that for the entire event so that you don't forget and you don't have to like go back and do it. You can stack for a long time with those items, so go ahead and do that as well. I also recommend starting a party play before the event starts and arranging special trade appointments before the actual event starts, so that if you're with the group, we have a plan, you know, okay, wait, I have a special trade at 1:30, I have to go over here. Make sure that all of that is said and out in the open before you just go out and you're just kind of chaotically walking and running around. Oh, my friend's over here. Like, just arrange everything beforehand. Makes it easier, makes it more comfortable. And I understand sometimes you're not able to actually plan everything, and that's fine. Like, the game will still be there, and it's not gonna be, it's gonna be overwhelming, but if you take a step back, you realize it's actually more underwhelming than overwhelming. That makes it sound really bad, but I don't know if it's just my experience with the game, but like, honestly, like, it's not, everything will be fine. If you have to take a 30-minute break, if you have to sit down, if you have to get water, if you want to go get lunch, it's fine. Especially, like, there's some of these hours that are really not that great as far as spawns go, in my opinion. So maybe like that's the time that you decide to get lunch or dinner or whatever it is, or meet up with your friends for special trades. The game will still be there. It's a long event. Take a breather and just let yourself relax into it. There's no reason to go crazy. So I hope you guys have a blast out there. Let me know what you're most excited for, what your focus is, what you really want to go for. And I hope I see you all out in the field. Enjoy, have fun, be safe, be healthy. Bye.